Molly was really happy with the facility. She loved the staff. The food was great, and her friend lived just down the road, so she could visit as much as she wanted. Everything was good within the facility. So when Molly received a letter from the facility to say that her friend Beth can only visit under supervision and restrictions because her family felt that she was a poor influence.
Molly, is everything okay?
Go away.
Molly couldn't see any reason why her friend Beth wasn't allowed to visit, because she felt that she was being treated like a child, was quite angry as she felt she didn't have any cognitive issues around that. She can make her own decisions. Molly and Beth spoke on the phone about how unhappy they were with the restrictions.
I just received a letter. I couldn't believe what I saw.
This letter is ridiculous. I'm really not happy.
And Beth suggested that Molly speak to OPAN. I was contacted by Molly because she felt that her rights were being taken away.
May I please talk with you?
We spoke through briefly over the phone, but most people feel a lot more comfortable with a face-to-face visit. We just come in, talk to Molly about what is it that she'd like to do from here, how she'd like to, I guess, progress the issues that she's having. We can help you out with this sort of stuff. So I went to the facility and I spoke to her about a Charter of Rights. Molly liked the facility and she didn't really want to rock the boat. And we picked out a couple of things that we felt that were being affected by these supervised visits. And from there, she's felt that we could then have a meeting about this, because there was a couple of things that were fairly obvious that were getting missed or overlooked with the Charter of Rights. She decided that it would be best if we did have a meeting with her, myself, her family and the facility. The rights that we saw that were getting taken away were that she has the right to maintain social and personal relationships without fear of any criticism. And she also wanted to keep activities and social relationships both within and outside of the facility. Molly, because we'd spoken through the Charter of Rights and those sorts of things, felt that she could talk through the issues herself. She did most of the talking. I only sort of came in when she forgot something or, couldn't quite think of the words that she wanted to use at that time. Just having somebody who was independent, sitting there with her, supporting her with that issue, I guess moved it all along. From there, I gave Molly a call about 6 weeks or so later. She said it's open and as free as an aged care facility should be, a home-like environment with as much freedom as possible. Talk to us. Your residents have the right to be involved in activities, associations and friendships of their choice, both within and outside of the facility.
I first became aware of Alice when Rita called OPAN. She was concerned because Alice didn't seem to be coping after her father moved into an aged care facility unexpectedly. Things seemed to be getting her down. The household chores weren't being done. She wasn't coping, it seemed, with the bills and making sure things were being paid on time. Rita wondered if there was any support for Alice. When Rita called, we had a discussion about what the role of OPAN was. Rita had read that we're able to provide independent, free, confidential advocacy service to people to understand their rights, options and responsibilities when accessing aged care services. I explained again to Rita that we would need Alice's permission before we could act. Rita said that she would visit Alice and explain to her what we could do, and if Alice was interested, she would help Alice to make a call to us. A few days later, Alice called and we talked for a little while about what she thought she might need to help her. She said that one of her big concerns was that the stove Dad had always helped her with the meals and she was worried about using it now. What she'd done was dragged out a little gas cooker that they used to use when they went camping, and she'd been cooking her meals on that. So she said that her variety had changed because she wasn't able to use the oven and was eating a lot of tinned meals. I explained to Alice that there were several options available to her for food, and one of them was Meals on Wheels, and would she like me to provide her some information about that? Alice said that would be great, and after a bit more of a discussion, I organised a referral to Meals on Wheels for Alice. They were able to start services the next day. Alice wondered if there were any other services that might be available to help her. I explained that there were, and that I was happy to come and visit her and talk to her about them if she wanted.
Please enjoy, and we'll see each other again tomorrow. I'll come at the same time.
We made a time, and I went to Alice's home the following week to discuss what options were available to her. So Alice, to get more services for you, what we'll need to do is register you with My Aged Care. When I met with Alice, we sat down and had a chat about what she thought she needed help with, what services were available, and what would she like to do so that she could stay at home and feel happy and secure. I went through the support options with Alice, and they included things like domestic assistance, personal care, social support, shopping, meal preparation, and Alice told me what she wanted. I explained to Alice that to access the services she wanted, she would need to go through My Aged Care and to be assessed. Alice said that what she would really like is some domestic assistance and maybe some meal preparation as well as shopping support. I made a referral with Alice to My Aged Care. Without the support of Rita, Alice may have fallen through the cracks. It's really great that people take the time to call OPAN and talk to us about options that might be available for their friends, their family, their loved ones. I called Alice a few weeks later just to check in and to make sure everything was going well, and she explained how happy she was. She now had hot meals delivered to her most days. She was getting support to keep on top of the bills and with shopping, and less anxious now that the services were there to help her stay at home. Sometimes in our work we make home visits, and sometimes our support is just over the phone. It's really up to the person. We can provide information and options, and then it's up to them how we assist. And also too, it's also about geography. Sometimes we can't get there quickly and phone assistance is the only option. Talk to us. We can explain your rights, responsibilities and options when accessing aged care services to keep you in your home longer.
I don't think that my son's doing the right thing by me. I think he's spending my money. I've just got the statement and I'm going through it and I can't work it out at all.
How about we step into my office so we can have a little chat in private?
Gwen's story started with a phone call from the manager of the aged care facility where Gwen is a resident. Gwen was put onto the phone to talk to me. She explained her situation, that she had given her son an enduring power of attorney prior to going into hospital for surgery. She has since recovered from the surgery and discovered that irregular withdrawals had been made. She tried to contact her son to ask him what was going on with those. He didn't return her calls. Any unauthorised transactions under an enduring power of attorney falls into the category of financial elder abuse. In Gwen's case, the son had also opened up another account in Gwen's name, but he was the sole operator of that account, and that reinforced the elder abuse side of things.
So Gwen, what we've got here might be able to help you in your situation. So
What are they called?
This is OPAN.
OPAN is the Older Person Advocacy Network. It's an umbrella body that looks after the interests or combines the interests of all the advocacy services across Australia, providing a free service to elderly in the community who are either in residential aged care or in receipt of home care services.
Thank you. Hello, yes. I'm worried about losing all my money.
We discussed the matter about her options, the only real option being to revoke the enduring power of attorney, and I explained the process to Gwen. She did emphasise that she was extremely disappointed in her son's behaviour because he'd never done anything like that before, never given her any indication that he would do that. Gwen was very clear on what she wanted done. Gwen agreed to go through the process. I prepared a sheet of instructions.
Yes.
Gwen, before I email this information to the manager at the facility, I just want to go through the witnessing clauses for you to make sure that you fully understand what you're signing today. Is that okay?
We've got the paperwork, it's arrived.
Good.
Yeah, so we're looking at the enduring power of attorney, and we're looking at being able to cancel that for you. Revoke
So
it.
you can do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
The
So,
facility manager's role in Gwen's case was really important, firstly because she was aware of the services that were available to assist, the initiative that she took to approach us in the first place, and then the supportive role that she took to enable Gwen to get through the process to a satisfactory outcome.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
But when we close Gwen's file, we make the offer that if anything else comes up in the future that she needs any level of service, that she's welcome to call us back.
How are you? Good to see you.
And Gwen is back on track with her finances now.
Excellent. I'll let you get back to you.
Talk to us and we will assist you in empowering residents to make decisions about their financial affairs, their daily lives and their possessions. We provide a national voice for aged care advocacy.
An older person shouldn't have to lose their rights when they enter aged care.
An older person shouldn't have to forego their rights when they need to access support services.
We place the consumer at the centre of the process.
Aged care consumers have rights.
We provide practical assistance and positive outcomes.
As a worker in aged care, you have a duty of care to ensure that residents' rights are supported and upheld.
We educate over 40,000 people each year on rights and responsibilities.
Do you understand the Charter of Rights?
Do you understand your organisation's complaints process?
OPAN support can be the first step in preventing a complaint.
Talk to us.
Talk to us first.